Hi everyone, I'm here today with Sierra and she's here to share a little bit about her health journey. So Sierra, do you want to share a little bit about how you got started and where you are today?
Sure. Okay, so a couple of summers ago, 2 years ago, this summer actually, I was visiting California. I live in Texas now, visiting my parents, and they had started on this program with our neighbor Lori, who is their health coach. And so they encouraged me to start in the program as well, because at that point in time, I was 234 pounds, which was in the morbidly obese category, just way overweight. I felt awful. I was exhausted just constantly all the time. And I have two little boys. I had a baby at that point and a little 2-year-old, 3-year-old actually. And so I was in need of something, searching for something. And so I started the program when I was out there with them, and it felt pretty good, but I wasn't sold 100%. I just wasn't ready to really give up, or what I thought was giving up kind of the lifestyle I was used to. And what I didn't realize was that I really wasn't giving anything up, but I was trading bad habits and exhaustion and not feeling good for something so much better. And so when I went back that summer, I went back to Texas, and I stopped. And I started teaching full time, and just kind of continued not feeling good, continued not being in a good place until January of 2014. We all make New Year's resolutions, and at the high school I was at, they had asked me to speak at chapel about my New Year's resolutions to the students. And so I thought, okay, I have to actually think about what they are. And one of my New Year's resolutions was to be healthy. And I just was like, I don't know how to get there. I've tried so many programs in the past that just didn't work. I tried things like Weight Watchers and Atkins and all sorts of the peanut butter diet. I think is like a book that you can buy. It's ridiculous. All these ridiculous things. And I thought, what I know really works is having the support of a health coach like Lori, and being on a program that is so clear, and so healthy and nutritionally focused. And so I called Lori back and was like, I'm ready this time. I'm all in. I'm going to, be 100%. I'm ready for a life that I couldn't even imagine at this point in time. I've always been overweight, and I have Crohn's, and I've struggled with Crohn's and been up and down weight-wise with that, just with steroids, and then getting sick, and then just not ever being in a place of health. So I started and jumped in, and I started losing weight, and I started feeling better, and it wasn't that difficult. And I didn't feel like I was depriving myself, and I wasn't starving all the time. And I felt like I was actually doing something that was healthy, to lose the weight and for my body. And so I just kept going, and I never was tempted to jump off really at that point in time. And I lost 76 pounds. Last June was when I finally hit, my goal, which was getting to a healthy weight. And it was an amazing feeling, just for the first time in my life, not being embarrassed to be in pictures. I planned a beach vacation with my family last summer because I was like, I feel fine being in a bathing suit on the beach in front of people. And we had so much fun. And it was like I allowed myself by cutting those bonds of food and eating junk and just being so concerned with the sweets and the bad things I was putting in my body. I was cutting myself off from a life of joy and activity and things that I didn't even know were so much better than all that food that I could have been eating. And it's been a great journey, and I'm still on my health journey. I'm not 100% perfect at making decisions all the time. I'm still learning those. But the difference now is that I have the education and I have the support, so that I never will go back to that place of being unhealthy and feeling horrible and being, ridiculously overweight like I was. I know what to do, and I feel good when I do it. And I know, when I make healthy choices, that I'm there for my family. and that I'm the person that I want to be. I get to do the things that I want to do that I couldn't do before. It's opened up a world for me. Last fall, actually, I took family photos with my whole family, my mom, my dad, our whole family. We took family photos. And when Mom and I were looking through the proofs of all of them, something that was amazing to me was that we didn't have to throw out any pictures because we looked fat. Like, there wasn't any of them where we're like, oh, that's a bad one. That we can't do that because my stomach rolls are showing or something like that. Our whole family got healthy together, and now we can enjoy that together. We go on walks together now instead of just making cookies, and we make cauliflower pizza together instead of ordering Papa John's. We've learned to be healthy together and enjoy our life together, and it's such a blessing. It's something I would never want to give up, just that the joy, I guess, of health. So if you're on your journey, keep going, stay strong, and keep making those healthy decisions, because every pound you lose or every mile you run or whatever you're doing on your optimal health journey to keep going is just going to make you feel better, and is going to make you a stronger person and open doors for you that weren't there before. And if you haven't started your journey yet, start. It's so worth it. You'll be so thankful that you did. I honestly don't know anyone on this program that regrets doing it. And I know I certainly never will. I love it.
That's so amazing. It's so neat to see the changes in you too, Sierra, and just remembering the first time we talked and the concerns and the questions and the hesitation. And when we got to talk again last January, you were completely different. And when you were restarting, because there were no excuses holding you back. And I think for so many people, we think that we're too busy. We think that we don't have enough time to put into the thought process of what it takes to eat healthy. We have a busy lifestyle. There's so many excuses that hold people back. Or do I have to deprive myself from foods that I normally like? And just speak a little bit on that, about where you are, like when that decision happened in January, because you still have plenty of things going on in your life with 2 kids and with work. And I mean, if anybody didn't really have time to put focus into getting healthy, would be someone like you that is like running around the clock doing stuff all the time. What changed for you? Like that thought process of just thinking with a healthy mind, like what made that change happen?
Well, I think I had always felt like there was like 2 camps of people in the world, like thin people and fat people. And, it was very rare for anyone to ever kind of cross into the other camp. And that it was just, I felt like at first, like, I'm just meant to be a fat person. I'm just meant to be a bigger person. I like food too much. Thin people just don't like food. Like, they just don't maybe have as good of taste buds or something. And I finally my husband was out of town, and I was home by myself with the kids, and I was sitting in bed probably eating Oreos because that's what I did. And I was thinking, okay, like if I had a heart attack or something right now, I don't feel good first. Like I feel yucky. And if I have a heart attack or something happens, like, are my kids going to be okay? Brandon's not here. They're too little one's in a crib. He can't even get out of his crib. And then it finally became, I have to do something because, I was always scared of it being too much money, or I didn't have time to do that. It's just too much work to get healthy. But it finally became like, yeah, but if I don't, what's going to happen? I have to take care of my family. I have to be there for my kids. And if I don't put a little bit of time and a little bit of effort and a little bit of money into myself, I'm just going to get sicker and sicker. My Crohn's is going to get worse and worse. I'm going to be stuck on steroids forever, and I'm not going to be there for them, or something could happen to me because of the things I'm doing to myself. And it finally was like, I'm either going to get myself healthy or I'm going to get myself sicker. I'm doing it either way. I'm doing one of those things, and I need to pick which one. And that became the healthy mindset for me. Like, every choice that I make that's healthy is a choice that I'm making to be the mom I want to be the wife I want to be my husband's a minister, to be involved in the ministry like I want to be. And every choice that I'm making that's not healthy is a choice that I'm making to be sick, and is a choice that I'm making to continue sitting on the couch and to be exhausted and to just not be there for them. And I really, honestly, before this program, did not believe it was possible. I thought I'm going to have like gastric bypass surgery if I'm ever going to lose weight. But I have Crohn's disease, so that's not going to happen, you know? So I just didn't believe it was possible. But then that switch, that realizing that I have to do this or else I'm not going to be there. It just made it very clear. It became so worth it. Any decision where I thought I was depriving myself, or I felt like I was giving up something that I wanted before, became so worth it because I realized all that I was gaining, like an actual life that I could live, where I could go to the playground, I could go to the pool, I could, not be worried if I was going to break the swing because my weight was too much. You get to that point, and I think a lot of y'all that are watching this probably realize that you get to a point where you're like, I got to do something. I'm headed in one of two directions, and it's a crossroads, and I have to choose which direction I'm going to head in. Either way, I'm making the choice. And thankfully with Lori and with the support of, this group and my family, I made the choice to be healthy and go down that path. And I'm just so glad. So glad to have done that.
It's so neat. I mean, you get to participate in life now instead of sitting back wishing that your life looked different. You just know that you made that commitment to yourself, that you deserve it. You deserve to live the life that you want to. I mean, I think what you're speaking right now is resonating with a whole lot of people out there that are listening. And just your testimony and showing that what is capable when you can commit. And you mentioned something about clarity earlier. Getting crystal clear on what you want in your life is the only thing that's going to help you get there. Mm-hmm. Because otherwise food or alcohol or whatever that crutch is always going to win every single time. But you got clear, like you knew that your health was important. And do you feel that this is affecting the health of your children as well? Because
It is. Like, it totally is. And it's something I have to work on with my oldest, especially because, he was like 4 years old, 3 years old before I really started the program. And we didn't even ever put vegetables on the table at dinner. We were like bread and meats and sweets. And that was pretty much it. And so, he's having to relearn to like those things. But my youngest, who has grown up with me eating healthy, like, he loves fruit. He loves vegetables. Broccoli is one of his favorite things to eat. And it literally brings me so much joy when I see him doing that, because I'm just like, that I'm going to get teary. That's a gift for him that he's going to have forever. So
that, to me,
it's important to me.
Huge, and to all parents. I mean, there's nothing that brings me greater joy than seeing that my kids are very conscious and that they don't have to struggle with their weight the way I struggled with my weight for my whole life. And I just didn't know. We don't know what we don't know. And that's where the educational component of this program is so crucial, and that it affects all our children. And we do get teary when we talk about our kids because we put them first and we brought them into the world and we want the best for them. And so, so congratulations.
Thank you.
And I'm so just thankful that you are willing to just be so transparent and share your story, because I know you're going to inspire so many people that are listening. And just thank you so much for doing that. And it's exciting to see all of the lives that you've continued to inspire and help achieved the health they're looking for as well, Sierra, because you became healthy, and you are just a living, walking testimony that people are seeing you and they're wanting to know, and you are helping them to do the same thing. And that is the biggest blessing when you can pay it forward. And it's been truly overwhelming with there's no words to explain seeing all the lives that you've transformed and you've changed, especially your family and your very dear friends in your life as well. So congratulations on everything, on your health and the lives that you're touching. So thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Sure.